badassery, it's little old me, that gal with a walk that makes a boy scoff, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. And welcome back to Movie Mac, a Southland tradition here in the Southland. And this time around, we're serving up a classic tale of gothic horror. Classic, that's C-L-A-S-I-C-K. Of course, I'm talking about Frankenstein. Robert Foxworth stars as that monster mucker extraordinaire, Victor von Frankenstein. And Bo Svensson plays that spare parts wonder, Frankenstein's monster. Only in this version, they call him a giant on account of nobody had the nerve to tell Big Bo what the part really was. Now, I've never actually read the book, but I understand that there was one. And it was written by some guy named Shelley. And for all I know, it might have been Shelley Berman. Then some chick named Mary got her name attached to it. I mean, she probably did the typing for whoever did the actual writing. But enough of this intellectual banter. After these commercials, it's Frankenstein right here on Movie Macabre. Hey, my main monster, more power to you. Oh, boy, you just drop a couple of slices of bread in his pockets and they'd probably pop back out as toast. Well, the monster finally has a heart, sort of like the Tin Man and the Wizard of Oz. This heart was compliments of Hugo, who must have signed one of them donor cards on the back of his driver's license. You know, I signed one of them organ donor cards my own darn self, and in the event of my untimely demise, some lucky viewer will receive the following. Beautiful Wurlitzer organ. Ah. Yes, it's fun for the entire family with a fabulous melody chord organ, complete with foot pedals, rhythm box, and songbook. It's the Wurlitzer melody chord organ, batteries not included. Mileage may vary. Elvira? Oh, golly. I'm sorry, I know it was a cheap gag, but what do you want from a cheap gagstress like me? More Frankenstein after this. Boy, I'll tell you, working for Doc Frankenstein can be hazardous to your health. Wonder what kind of a story he'll concoct to explain what happened to Otto. He passed Hugo's death off as a mountain climbing accident, a little alpine oopsie. I'll probably use something lame like, well, Otto was looking through this telescope and he leaned too far out the window. No. And that monster of Victor's, is he ever spoiled? Well, you know what they say. To the victor belongs the spoiled.
It's true?
Yes, it really is true. I've heard it all my life. Okie doke, there's more mad lad mayhem in a minute as the monster drinks liquid and Victor realizes that he's forgotten the paper train. Yeah, friends to the end. Unfortunately, we don't get to the end for about another hour. I don't know who is the bigger dope, the monster or that sailor who just brought his Spanish girlfriend home with him. Sailors are supposed to have a girl in every port, but I guess he didn't read the part about leaving them there. Well, heck, I could be doing something constructive with my time, but instead I guess I'm just stuck here.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry.
I'm very, very sorry.
Well, I am very, very, very sorry. I am a lot sorrier than you. Why, I'm about the sorriest person I know. In fact, I am so sorry that...
May I come in?
I've just been sitting here trying to remember how that song from Annie goes.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow.
I love you tomorrow, you're only a day away. Oh, golly, yeah. One of my favorite all-time songs from my favorite musicals. You know the way that monster talks? Kind of reminds me of that crazy Guggenheim on the old Jackie Gleason show. Yeah, good evening, Mr. Dummy. And that doll he plays with. I mean, it must have been the first Mr. Potato Head. Well, Agatha's about to get acquainted with her new friend. One she doesn't know, and I might add, the one she shouldn't want to know. And for her sake, I hope they haven't gotten around to replacing that broken mirror. Who needs another 7 years of bad luck? It's more hijinks in the lowlands, or is that more lowjinks in the highlands? Well, it doesn't really matter. It's more of whatever, whenever we return from wherever it is we're going. Oh, how about that? The monster caught the pass. He's a lot better at catching passes than making passes. mean, that little blind date with Agatha didn't work out at all. A word of advice for that kid, William. If that monster wants to go a little one-on-one, let him win. And if he double dribbles, don't call him on it. Just wipe the dribble off and keep on playing. And above all, if he insists that it's his ball, don't argue with him. Just let him have it. I mean, you can always pick up a new basketball, but just try picking up a new skull. Oh, won't he be surprised when he finds out it's dear old Dad. Don't you know me, Frankie? I'm your father. Yeah, well, Victor better just hope his monster ain't the kind to carry a grudge. I mean, if he puts 2 and 2 together, he's liable to realize it was Victor who did the bad stitch job on his face. Just once, I'd like to see that monster put together with a needle and thread instead of barbed wire. Boy, where is Betsy Ross when you really need her? Yeah, the Supremes have been asking that question for years. No, wait a minute. Wait, that's Diana Ross? Or... No. Okay, I'll bite. How'd the monster get there so fast? Maybe he disguised himself as one of the horses pulling that coach. I won't tell you which end. And I guess it didn't occur to Victor or Elizabeth or anybody else for that matter that instead of making a big deal out of leaving her in that room all by herself, she could have gone over to the mayor's office with him. I mean, what the heck? It was only across the square. And the other time she would have begged him to let her tag along. Well, the big finish is coming up, and this is the part of the story I've always liked best. It's the part when the angry villagers become an avenging mob, and with rakes and hoes and torches and hounds, they track the monster down and waste him. It's the best part of the picture. Trust me. So what happened to the big finish I was looking for? I mean, where was the avenging mob? Where was the mob, period? There were only 2 guys there. You can't call 2 guys a mob. Well, heck, you can't even call 2 guys a crowd. It takes 3 to make a crowd. So, where were the angry villagers anyway? I mean, what was it, bingo night down at the church or something? Well, you can imagine my embarrassment. Well, sorry to say that's about a wrap on Movie Macabre for this time around. Oh, don't cry, big fella. I'll be back next week. Look for me then, when I'll be serving up this.
Nazi! You took my wife away from me! I'll kill you, you Nazi! Oh my God, don't do that! Give me the right! No! No! You!
Whoa! That's next time around, right here on Movie Macabre. I can hardly wait. Hardly. Until then, darling, I'll just leave you with these words to ponder. Unpleasant dreams.